Alexandra, tomorrow is the deadline for the DA to respond to your habeas corpus filing, asking court to consider new evidence that the brothers were molested by their father. So will that be punted to the new DA too, do you think? How is this going to all work out? And what do you make of the new DA, by the way?
I appreciate that he's taking his time and that he hasn't really come out one way or the other because he hasn't really dug into the case. I don't think that he realizes that this resentencing is not about the underlying facts in the case, but it's about rehabilitation. So I think that he does have some catching up to do when it comes to understanding the difference between a habeas and a resentencing. But I appreciate that he's acknowledging that and that he's not coming out passionately one way or the other before he really gets into it. So I really like that and I really appreciate that. So far there hasn't been a request for continuance. Usually that's happened before, the deadline. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but we'll find out tomorrow.
Robert, I want to ask you more about being in that overflow room, being in the courthouse outside. We had our Nancy Lou out there. You could see the line going around the block. Only 16 people won the lottery. What was it like? What was the energy like? Tell us what it was like to be in that room, because, I think so many people wanted to be in there, and you actually got very, very close. And sometimes I think being in the overflow room, I cover a lot of court cases, as you know, is better because you have a vantage point where the cameras are looking at people sitting in the courtroom as opposed to sitting in the back of the actual courtroom. So what was that like? And then talk to me about your thoughts on what the DA and governor's hopes, how they're going to sign off and if that is really going to happen in your mind.
Well, I felt like I was back in 1993 in July when Lyle and Menendez first went on trial. The intensity of the media coverage was really surprising to me, but I understand that everybody has been following the case. Everybody has been talking about the case, but it really felt like deja vu all over again. We were back. I was taken back to 31 years ago when the trial was going on. And I had one of the 12 reserved seats in the courtroom. So I was actually there 20 feet away from the witness stand. And I got to see that powerful testimony of Erik and Lyle Menendez in person. And it's a totally different experience than watching a video on YouTube or watching a clip on Court TV.
Alexandra, Lyle's wife announced their separation. We want to get to this. The reports of a new girlfriend, true or not, maybe you can tell us that it's bad timing while they're trying to be released, or is it just gossip that the courts won't really care about? What's the real story here?
That's not something that we focus on at all. We're focusing on their rehabilitation, on the resentencing, and on the underlying facts in the habeas and the new evidence in the case. But, the only question is, are these two people who, during their time in the most violent place in the United States, they've been to different prisons, and every time they've been to different prisons, the question is, how have they acted? How have they behaved? Have they become part of the problem? Have they become part of that violent culture? And every step along the way, since they were 19 and 21 years old, they have had impeccable records where they make life better everywhere they go. And that's the focus.
Could I get you guys both to do real quick, Alexandra and Robert, what are your predictions of what will happen January 30th, 31st at that hearing? The new DA get on board, Governor grant clemency. Robert, real quick, what do you think?
I think that clemency might not be realistic, but I believe that eventually Erik and Lyle Menendez will be released from prison in 2025. They should be released, and this case needs to end.
Alexandra?
The boys are coming home. Absolutely.
All right, we've got it here on tape. We'll talk to you again soon. Alexandra Kazarian and Robert Rand, we want to thank you very much for your perspective.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.